Yo, 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 yo. Hello, my people. It is a day for nerdage. It is time to embrace graphs. Oh my god. Okay. So, in my day job, I guess you could call it, one thing that we do at the business James and I run is, unsurprisingly, we do marketing and sales. And it's really nice to have a dashboard to visualize that information, visualize the flow of people looking to work with us to do the thing that we do. And that got me into this product. This product is called Looker Studio. It's free from Google. I think it was purchased from some other company, whoever, Looker Studio, by Google. Check it out. If you are a nerd, if you're a data visualization person and you're already using the Google Docs suite of tools, the plug and play integration is really cool and good. There are other companies that are doing this. I think one of them is like something table. They all are kind of trying to take spreadsheets, plug and play data through various APIs into them, and then visualize the information, which is what we're doing here too. That's what I do in my business, and the data feed into this dashboard that we're going to look at today is set just by me manually when I'm entering in the teacher purchases that I have. So I'm going to go and just load that spreadsheet up right now. This is sort of what you could imagine your spreadsheet at home might look like. Mine's not exhaustive, and I don't have any session information in here in terms of notes, tasting, rating, things like that. But this is kind of the stuff that I've purchased, and not everything in here is going to stay in here forever. In terms of this list, catalog, it will get drank, especially the stuff I have limited quantities of or might give away to friends. But I wanted to kind of have the dashboard have some richness to it. So these are just some purchases I made from this year. And you'll notice I have a bunch of different kind of pieces of information here, like the name, producer, the processing style, when it was purchased. This is kind of imperfect information here. I don't care too much about that. I want the year, level accuracy, the vendor, the release year. So when was the tea released? How much I purchased of the quantity that is, the standard singular unit of whatever it might be. So if they might sell 1,000 gram brick and I get 1.5 of those, I have 1,500 grams of tea, whereas a traditional cake might be 357 grams, and I might have half of one of those, so I would have half of 3, blah, blah, blah. And that's what this is versus grams versus quantity there, which calculates sessions, how much I've purchased, my total grams. I do have a field here for ranking. Oh, let me zoom over. Sorry. I was highlighting some stuff that people weren't seeing. So like region grams, dollar per session. This is my average session is 5 grams in 50 ml of water. So this is the rough cost of that. And then I even, getting farther along here, I have a field for ranking that I will be filling in over time, I hope. Human readable, so this makes it so that the data is just faster to access on the spreadsheet or the dashboard. And I apologize, but we'll get there. And then literally entering in a location for let me try again. And then this will actually have it on a map, you'll see. And then like the cake, so you can actually see the image of the cake here. I'm working, and anyone actually who knows how to implement that into Looker Studio correctly, let me know. Please comment below. And then some notes, just like maybe a URL or some whatever. So this is kind of just like the default information that I'm using right now to visualize this. This shows a lot of information. So the way that these dashboards work for this one at least is that if I click on basically anything, it's going to filter by that. So it might be filtering by release year, or by processing style, or by producer, or by date range. Date range is going to connect to the when I purchased the tea specifically. So the release year will be different than the year that I purchased the tea, highly in many cases. And yeah, so I can see over time, what does the frequency of my purchases look like, the total cost over time, total quantity. Of course, I'm not taking away the tea that I'm drinking out of this, which is going to make it inaccurate, so I have to figure that out. We have the total cost of all the tea, weight, and price per gram. And then I go in and have a specific view here, which is just kind of a table view of all of the teas sorted here by gram, but I could also sort by price per gram. I can see the percentage of my total amount of tea that I have there. Keep scrolling down here. I can go and see by cost, weight, price per gram, similar, and then also just locations of tea as well. So let's go ahead and start filtering some stuff and see what it looks like. So let's just take a look at my ripe. I'll go ahead and click on this graph here, and this becomes limited. And then this list of teas becomes only 14. I can go ahead and look and then zoom in. And oops, I'm sorry, you guys aren't seeing this. So what I just did was zoom in here and drill down by processor or by vendor or like producer, excuse me. And then I could go and to say I want to only look at Dai ripe. Suddenly I have a view here of all of my Dai ripe. I can see on a percentage basis of just my Dai ripe, what is my largest percentage holding, which is going to be this tong that I bought. And then some really affordable, as you can see, Bada. Both of these are from Quiche Tea. Check them out. Really good prices in my opinion. And I bought, $300, something like that, $400 worth of tea here. And then you can see the price per gram. You can see the total weight of the tea that I bought and how much it cost. You can also see when these were purchased. Let's go ahead and reset it and then show all the teas again. This time I'll go by processing. Let's just go ahead and take a look at my black teas that I have. So right now I only have 2 added of the total. We can see the total amount that I have, 270 grams for $52. The average cost of those are going to be roughly 19 cents. Now I can just deselect this. Let's go ahead and take a look at raw. You can see by weight, it's not a huge percentage of my stash, 23.7%. Well, now notice this is always going to just show raw, so then I can go ahead and we're seeing the producers now in format. I'll go ahead and take a look at the price per gram graphs and drill down all the way to the names and then sort by highest. So I can see that my Slava Ukraini cake is 24% of my total stash. 24% of my most expensive. It's weighted by price per gram, so whatever that value would be, but 56 cents per gram. That's a fairly expensive tea. I got that kind of as a donation, and then I can go ahead and again see up here, sort by what I spent the most money on, which is going to be total the Naka, because I have 2 cakes of that, designated by grams. I could potentially also add the number of units of cakes that I have here. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can just do that live for everybody. Might mess up the formatting a little bit, but let's take a look at, okay, so what was that value again? Quantity. There you go. Kaboom. But I want to rename quantity to something like, well, quantity is fairly accurate, frankly. Yeah, sure, we'll leave it there. Great, and then I can just put this a little bit over. Cool, so now we can see I have 2 cakes total. It's a little bit confusing maybe, 2 400 gram cakes, so I will actually remove that. It's cleaner view this way, but anyway, I get to just mess around with all this data. It's totally super nerdy and fun. I'm again looking at just my raw cakes right now. Let's say that I want to go ahead and only look at my Dai cakes. I'm going to get a new view of just my price per grams for my Dai cakes. I can see the average, of course. You can see I've spent $300 for this much total volume, 1.73 kilos. And my price per gram is pretty damn good for my Dai. Now, I do have couple of cakes that are a little bit, 3 cakes that are younger. This is a third of a purple dye I split with James and a friend as well, which I'll bring onto the show here soon. So kind of feel like this would be applicable to anyone who wants to track their tea purchasing over time. If you already do so with a spreadsheet like this, it's really easy to either just directly implement it into something, well, really easy. I probably spent a day building this dashboard with the knowledge going into it that I had. So I would say setting expectations and using ChatGPT to help you might take you like 4 days from scratch to build something like this, maybe. Trying to be just conservative. I'm sure plenty of people can get it done in a quick afternoon. But, you know, maybe I'll try to share this or something like that. I do have it on the site. So it's going to be at tdb.org/dashboard. And I did share this with James. And so what he did was basically take his existing spreadsheet of tea stuff and then transpose his information into the heading columns that headers that I have here, basically. And that was enough for him to have the visualization work really quite well. Couple of notes that I probably will end up releasing something like that. And so the couple of just quick notes about that is going to be that it's important on this sheet to just not change any of the heading, really. I'm not going to like offer support for the spreadsheet or for this Looker Studio product because I don't want to spend my time helping people figure out how to do it. But I do really enjoy building these kinds of things. Obviously, having the Pomodoro and then having the live data published online to TDB is really fun for me, straight from my my little storage unit right behind me. So yeah, I mean, just these sorts of projects are fun for me. Comment below if you want me to publish this one and share it with everybody. You know, I think you probably want to click all of these graphs and buttons and touch and just be like, ooh, show me. Oh, so I don't have the, it's one example of a bug, not bug, but I don't have the address posted on a couple of these T's here. And so the data will bounce. This is not posted, for example. So the data will bounce, for example, there. I can just go to reset, or I can just click this back and we're back. Anyway, nerdage, it's fun. You might enjoy getting nerded out on some tea. I'm probably going to go ahead and drink this next. It has this really, it's like kind of like, sometimes I have teas that have kind of a tart pickled flavor. It's not bad. It's not a just like basement taste. It's not like bad storage and like the cake has gone bad. Not at all. This tea has a savory complexion without creaminess that is really interesting to me. So the kind of mature wood on this one is really unique. Okay, enough of me blabbing on. This has been a long one. I would encourage you to go over. Oh yeah, sorry. Last thing is this is literally interactable and published on the blog. One sec, let me pause. Okay, so yeah, OBS settings are really like bad. So this is just like the heading photo. If you like go to the main site or whatever, you can click through to see it. And then wow, yeah, tearing. Oof. Okay, so anyway, yeah, you can go through. I show you how to do here it is. I show you how to do the like drill down dimensionality. I did end up fixing this, which is basically to just give up on using boutique as a category, and instead I'm just naming each producer. And then yeah, I do want to add kind of another spreadsheet that is linked to each of these T's specifically, such that I'm able to, in kind of a database sense, you literally can using Looker Studio, you literally can do joins across spreadsheets. So I just use joins to then add and enrich more data per T, and then have my tasting notes. Okay, cool. So you can see again, this is the same thing on the site. So you click and it does it. Now, the view is not nearly as pretty, but it still works. Actually, I don't think there's a reset button, so you're going to have to make sure to re-click back when you want to reset things, or just refresh the page. But you can also drill down and take a look at this stuff if you want. Again, this is my personal stash. I don't know how long I might just share this one as a template demo with real data, but I don't think I'm going to share my T stash long term. I don't know. Feels a little intrusive. You let me know. Are you the kind of person? I feel like this already is a little bit like, you know, some people are going to be like, this is nothing, and some people are going to be like, you are an asshole for spending this much money on tea this year. And it's kind of relative. I consider $2,768 to be a whole ton of money myself, and I'm very mindful of that, as well as the side effects of not spending on other things. So it's all one big morality play. I'm just trying to figure my play, you know, dance my dance. Love you guys. Nerd out on this. Let me know. Comment below. Go ahead and actually go to the, you know, tdb.org/dashboard. Hit the main blog. It's going to be here. Comment below. What can I do to improve this? What views do you think I should be using that I'm not using? What flows? Check out Looker Studio. It's a cool product. Build your own views. Let me know if I should share this with people, and they can just kind of copy paste and publish their, you know, copy paste their own info into here to kind of at least see what this stuff looks like. You know, again, it's just kind of interesting to see, hey, I want to figure out what my Chen Hao average price per gram is. And it's weighted, of course, by gram. So yeah, you know, things like this. Not only is it, you know, it's all pretty and cute looking, but it's interesting information, certainly, because you can also see, of course, the history of when these were purchased by date as well. All right, bye. Have a really awesome rest of your day.